here we go again, Friday, the big reading. You're probably not going to see a whole lot of me this reading, but some days I'm a little further from the table than others, you know. But anyway, big day today. And of course you know how this goes. This is what a private reading will look like. And if you would like one for yourself, there are many, many ways of getting one. As a matter of fact, you can get a whole bunch of them. If you go to the link in the description down below, the very first one, heathensoullore.net, you purchase the full color hardcover book, you get free readings for a year and a birthday reading. If you get the black and white hardcover like the one I have, then you get the 5 readings and a birthday reading. And if you purchase the soft cover or the electronic version, you get 4 readings and a birthday reading. If you just want a couple of readings, you get 2 and a birthday reading by just throwing me something off the Amazon wish list. And if you throw me a deck, I use that deck in your reading. And if you just want a free one, well, then be a subscriber, bring a friend, have that friend subscribe and name you as the reason they're there, and each one of you gets a free one. Alright. Now we got that out of the way. This way I don't have to make a post-credit scene to tell you all about it, like I have been lately. By the way, everyone, I'm very, 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 very sorry about the late postings from BitChute. BitChute has decided to almost stall me at the process and publish portion of its upload. Like, it is crazy slow. So BitChute usually goes out last, even though I upload to that one first. It's kind of weird. And by the way, I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in over Clouthub, BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, and YouTube this week. It's kind of strange because at this point last week, I had the absolute lowest turnout in views ever. We're talking like none on YouTube, maybe a few here, a few there. Not that I was complaining. I was like, okay, well, at least we got some people that still need these ratings, so that's all well and good. But then the weekend reading comes along, and suddenly every view count shot up somewhere. I was like, interesting. So it seems like some of you came in and played catch up, which, okay. Those messages may be delivered on a certain day, but the timing, well, that's all for you. I've got people still looking at videos from almost a year ago. That kind of strikes me as a little wild, really. Alright, so let's get into this thing, shall we? Alright. There is no sun out today in my area of the woods, but it's raining, but still, the sun always shines. And of course, she pulls the chariot that pulls the sun. She is being chased by a wolf who will one day devour the sun. And her brother pulls the moon, which will also one day be devoured. But guess what? This weekend, as challenging as this is going to be, don't be distracted by gossip or mockery. Remember, we talked about being distracted yesterday. Don't get distracted. You might have seen I have not chimed in on this Ukraine situation at all, and I'm not. I have a few opinions of it, but I'm not going to share them. Mainly because everybody else is mired down in it right now. Everybody else is scared of World War III breaking out. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to tell you, but World War III broke out a long time ago. You have a choice right now. You have a choice to live in fear, or you have a choice to get on with your life. You cannot do anything about the situation around the world. Nothing. You can do something about your own situation, and if you choose to do that, well, then things may work out. If you choose to sit there and wring your hands and worry, things aren't going to work out. They're not going to work out so hot. Alright. But your own personal power is about to increase. But it depends on what you choose. Speaking of personal power, this card comes up to tell you the same thing over and over again. That magic is real. Just as your power is a force in your own life. The focus so far is very much on you and what you choose to do. That rhyme was not intentional. So, still choosing your fear? It's not a good situation. And here it is. Tend to those smaller things. Get down into the little, just the little stuff. You know, there's that saying, it's the little things in life. The little things in life that can make us happy. They can bring us a little sense of relief. And guess what? You're perfectly capable of doing those little things. So do those little things this weekend. Whatever it is you can do this weekend, do them. We also have 6 of Pentacles or coins, Knight of Cups, and we have a 10 of Wands. Okay, we've had that 6 of Pentacles come up this weekend, or no, this week. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they came up Tuesday. At least I think they did. What's this? Live stream. Okay. Nope. No, it wasn't then. Perhaps it was here. It was yesterday, as a matter of fact. It was yesterday. In the Wild Unknown Tarot, we had this card come up. And this is coming up in your mental state right now. Which is great. Because you have actually figured out how to kind of embody that justice within you. You have a wealth to share, and you're saying that you have a responsibility to share it. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be money. It could be knowledge. You could be sharing that knowledge. Here you go. Try this instead. And guess what? People are benefiting from it. Then you have your Knight of Cups. This is very, very slow moving energy. Calming your mental waters. Trying to really get a sense of where you are. But the thing about knights, the knights in those suits like that, it's still very young energy. almost, how can I put it, like a teenager. But this is graceful. It's not warlike. It's riding quietly. And this is the higher graces of your own imagination. And this I'm seeing sort of an invitational with you. You're not really too worried here. And this is the proper action to take. Now your outcome with that Ten of Wands is going to be a lot on your mind. This is what I like to call the good problem to have. Because that 10 is an abundance. And the thing about that 10 is it's heavy. It's carried very, very carefully so that nothing's lost. But in this one, you are gaining your fortune, your success. There's a lot of creativity flowing through you. Remember, you're given over to the graces of the higher graces of imagination. Just make sure that the imagination is not overrunning your fact, because you can use your imagination to create new things. Creating these new things right there in your mind, giving you a lot of direct energy and force here, but this is not that 8 of Wands, it's a 10. It can be a little oppressive, but the oppression is all in your mind. It's not real. As a matter of fact, you can turn it around. So far in the body, we have a 7 of Swords. We have a 6 of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups. So right over here with the 7 of Swords, you've got to employ a little bit of stealth here. You're going to have to physically appear a little unassuming if you're not already. And if you are, then now's a good time to use it to your advantage. Remember, when you're employing certain, how can I put it? When you're putting yourself out there, there are times where you want people to see you. Today is probably not a good day for that. You really want to employ some stealth because you don't want to see them coming. Your goals are going to have to go undetected. And that's because you're going to maximize success that way. The action that you'll physically take is right here in the 6 of Cups. Because in the 6 of Cups, this is about generosity. This is about taking care of someone else. It can also be receiving the care that you need. And right here with the Queen of Cups, she's sitting among calm waters. And I keep wanting to go back to that stealth card, but I know I probably shouldn't. I think I've said all that I can say about that. But this one, if you look at her, the waters themselves are calm, but she is seeing visions. And this is the gift of vision. It's also success and happiness, pleasure, also wisdom and virtue. Very important, two very important things to practice. But we see success in both of these cards here. Let's go to the Spirit and see what's going on. We got a Queen of Wands. You've got the World, and then you have the Four of Swords. Many of these queens are very, very nurturing. And again, we have this wand suit coming up. And the Queen of Wands, I think she knows what she wants. She knows how to get it too. But she's very, very magnetic. And right now, she is looking at the World card. If you notice, she's in bloom right now. See all those like sunflowers and things. She's very much emerging spiritually. But she is also very virtuous. So we're also being told to be virtuous today. Remember, this is all pointing right back to that Sol card that says you got to choose love over fear. When you're doing good to others, it will come back to you. No matter how you cut it, that's what's going on. And then we have the World, Chico, and everything in it. And this is assured success. You know, when the World comes up, it's always good news. It's always a good time. I recommend looking at that. She is very creative, she is very virtuous, and she is looking at assured success. But it's really important, kind of take a little bit of a rest. Get a little respite somewhere in the day. Get a little respite somewhere in this weekend, because that is also important. It's important to you. You cannot keep going and going and going and going. You're not the Energizer Bunny. And even those Energizer batteries run out. Let's go to the Starseed Oracle. We do have the Golden Children. I'm sorry. And Waite. So right here, with the Golden Children, we have that inner child, a sort of tenderness and innocence, and rare gifts. So this is our approach mentally. This is how we kind of take to it. We approach it from the perspective of, what if we were kids today? What if we were well-adjusted children? How would we approach this? I imagine many of us would probably be scared. But then there'd be some of us who were just, you know, have you ever met that one kid you just couldn't scare him? You'd dare him to go do something and he'd be like, okay, and just go do it. I've known a few of those kids. Then they'd go do it. And you'd be looking at them in disbelief. No way I could do that. No way I could go catch that snake like that. Yeah, well, there's a reason. That kid's fearless and you're fearful of the snake. I know I am. That's why I use that example. Now, here's where we also need to be. Right in our physical, if we've done anything wrong, it's time to right it. If you can. It's also time to let people right those wrongs that they've done to you. Time to be a little less defensive. That's why it says defenselessness. It's definitely not time to dig your heels into anything, that's for sure. And then finally, wait. Spiritually, just wait. You really don't have to do anything. It's time, like I said, it's time to take a little bit of a rest. As a matter of fact, pointing at this card right here, nothing's being woven. Hold what you've got. You're going to be just fine. Finally, for the runes, we have Othala. We have Yera. And we have Tivaz. So right now, look to the people who came before you. You're going to be earning your success. You've earned your prosperity, and on top of that, there's a justice and leadership in your victory. So we've got Tivaz pointing over here at this 6 of coins. Got Yera sitting here with these 2 cards and the world, and we've got Othala sitting with this Knight of Cups, sitting with the 7 of Swords, sitting with this Queen of Wands, and the 6 of Cups as well. So this is more of a choice that I'm seeing in this spread today. And that choice is, you can choose to either A, employ yourself as a force for good this weekend, right your wrongs where you've made them, allow others to do the same. Listen, forgiveness doesn't mean that it makes what someone else did right. Doesn't mean that whatever you did to someone else, to me or whatever, doesn't make it right. It just means we've gotten past it and now we're moving on. And it shouldn't happen again. Children can be pretty quick to forgive. You ever notice that? It's true. And when they mess up, they can also be very quick to say they're sorry. I think the loudest card in here, though, this one. We should be practicing a lot more patience. We don't have a lot of patience. Our Amazon Prime culture has really gotten us accustomed to having everything like that. Oh, you want to see a movie? Well, you pay a few bucks, we'll go ahead and let you see it right now. You don't even have to leave your home anymore. You don't have to go to a theater to see something. In fact, you can have it today. Notice how a few hours of waiting can be agony. Well, if you order now, we'll have it to you by 7 p.m. And it's midnight. But we're accustomed to that. Having it our way, right away, right here, right now, no questions asked. But really, we need to take a much slower approach this weekend. Get that rest. Stop pushing yourself so hard. You've got to believe and trust in your own magic. And of course, making peace with yourself, making peace with others. That's not going away. That is going to be a constant fact. It's a constant truth from the time it brought itself up, even before, till now, and beyond. So, one is a choice of fear, the other is a choice of love. It's way easier to go with fear. I'm not going to lie to you on that one. But, where do you decide to go? That's up to you. I hope that you will make your choice this weekend. Me, I'm going to be going with what I love the most. Things like this. Things like my tabletop role-playing games, the books I read. You know, stuff like that. I'm hoping to do a live stream this weekend, possibly Sunday. I hope to see you there. Who knows, might happen, might not. We've had a lot of things pop up lately. that I'm looking at the possibility of it happening this weekend. So I hope to see you there on High Notes. If you don't have the app, download it. Create an account. Come find me. You can find me at Raven Wolfgar, just like it's spelled right here on this channel. And you know what? That's also a good way to get a free reading. Just a little, single card, 3-card pull, something like that, just to kind of show you what direction you should be headed in. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing out to you as quickly as I can. My BitChute viewers, I am so thankful to you for hanging in there with me. And if you just can't wait, you can watch me over on Clouthub or YouTube or Rumble or Odyssey. And by the way, if you're viewing me on Odyssey, or anywhere for that matter, and you like what you see, well, tap that, just ever so delicately, tap that little thumbs up button or that fire button. I'd really appreciate it. Let's see if we can't start getting some more likes and mess with the algorithms a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing your cup of your morning beverage with me. I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up at every opportunity, especially this weekend. And as always, my friends, shine on.